Testing, 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 testing. Testing. Test 1, 2, test.
That foreign glow. Our mics are live at the moment.
Come back now that you're on screen share. Started the meeting. Just so that the audience.
Sure. Just to recap our special meeting today, we called the meeting to order. There was a motion made to go into executive session to discuss the matter of employment personnel. That was discussed. We are now back in open session, and we'll discuss. We will have action.
To make a motion to authorize the superintendent to hire an outside investigator for the purposes of investigating certain complaints of either employee misconduct. Second. And just to add a little bit of, I guess, candor to that, I don't think it's a secret. We've been, hearing that different complaints have been made about employees of the school district, some through social media. We have the volume of the complaints and the seriousness and our desire to move, I think, in a swift manner in understanding these complaints and addressing them appropriately. We've got a lean staff here. We want them focused on our students. We also want an investigatory process that I think everybody feels like is objective and has an integrity. I think our internal folks certainly have that in certain circumstances, but they also don't have the bandwidth to dedicate themselves to be investigators for weeks at a time to get through the volume of information that needs to be get through. So I think in that sense, it makes a lot of sense for us to make the investment in an outside investigator who will collect facts, chase down information to the extent we can get it, help us triage and prioritize what we're getting and what we can and how we should take action on it. And then from there, ultimately, the decisions on what happens still remain ours, but the legwork third party would do for us.
And I think just to piggyback off of Stacy Henner's comment, our number one priority at Huron City Schools is education. Our number two priority is the safety of the kids that our community entrusts to us. And we want this community to know that we are taking this very seriously. that's why we're taking the measures that we're taking today.
Mrs. Henners,
Yes.
Mrs. Hartley,
Yes.
Mr. Rager,
Yes.
Dr. LaFay.
To make a second motion, if I can. Certainly, we've got acute complaints in front of us, and we're talking. We've now taken action to investigate those, and we'll act accordingly on the evidence that comes back to us. But I think this board has the ability to take action now on making sure that the policies that we've set in terms of student to adult interaction are appropriately set with student safety in mind. And two, to make sure that we're utilizing best in class like practices and resources available to educate not just our own employees, but our students and our community on how to best keep our students safe from abuse, from bullying, from all the things that we know, like our so many students struggle with. And so to that extent, I'd make a motion that we hold a work session dedicated to kind of brainstorming those solutions. The public can certainly be a part of understanding our discussion on that. And then from there, we'll commit to taking the appropriate action and getting the right partner, the right resources, and the right strategy to be able to kind of elevate our approach to, educating our community and holding ourselves accountable to keeping our kids as safe as we possibly can while they're at school and at extracurriculars. So, work session. Work session.
Second. So are we tasking Dr. Tatman with finding resources for us? Will those resources be given to us to review at a work session? So we're coming into that work session prepared. If we
And an outside, consultant for a short time to what's out there. I mean, I think that's open too.
have an
I mean,
outside
'cause you,
consultant come into the work session?
We'll let James do a little research first and Julie, but if they recommend something like that. I mean, we just said that we have a lean staff and
Yeah.
they're not experts in everything. So if they need some help in doing this, they could propose that to us too.
Okay.
In my opinion.
No, I think that's if we can be. We're not going to set it immediately because we want to leave time for us to investigate what options are available for us, right, and resources are available for us. So maybe something, I don't know, June or July. But we'll get back on this. But the goal being that this next school year we're level setting everybody's understanding of what is and isn't okay in terms of student adult conduct when it's connected to this school district.
And student conduct.
Fair enough.
You're
Fair enough.
talking about the broad range of issues here. So I think looking at measures for not just the staff in the district, which I know we will already do a commendable job with professional development with the staff. So maybe adding this in light of new laws that have taken place too. But information for parents and students, and I know it gets tricky when you have like what kind of turnout do you have, but I'd really love for us to be able to offer the information to parents and to students so everybody is really clear what the expectations are for all of us.
Yeah, that sounds good. For the clarity of the minutes, can we just get that like a tight statement for the motion?
We could try.
It's been good discussion, and I understand what the expectation is, but just for the minutes.
Motion to set a scheduled work session this summer on the topic of student safety.
Can you add in there student safety, student staff relations, student relations? Okay. I think it makes it extremely clear.
Yeah, we're not talking about locked front doors.
Right. Okay.
Mrs. Henners, Mrs. Hartley,
Yes.
Mr. Rager, Dr. LaFay.
Yes. Motion to adjourn?
Mrs. Mast,
Yes.
Dr. LaFay, Mrs. Henners,
Yes.
Mrs. Hartley,
Yes.
Mr. Rager.
Thank you, everybody.